Hi, the White Lotus fans. Welcome back to Tori Talks with Dr. S. I'm Tori. This is Dr. S. We're going to discuss White Lotus Season 2, Episode 2. It's called Italian Dream. And I like that they're still going with the same, as last season where they're, at breakfast. And it's it's every day.
Yeah, every day. Mm-hmm. Every episode is a day.
Yeah.
And they're kind of starting their vacation, kind of getting into vacation mode.
Yeah. And we're along for the ride,
yes.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
We're experiencing it with them. So let's just talk about it, broken down into groups. So let's first discuss Cameron, Daphne, Harper, and Ethan, because I am feeling confused about how to feel about all of them.
All of them.
Really. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they all seem to have some type of... They almost have a secret.
Yeah.
Right? They definitely have that going on somewhere.
Yeah.
When Ethan gets up and runs in the morning, even that was suspicious.
I know, because she wakes up disappointed that he would do that, because they're on vacation, so shouldn't they be cuddling?
Yeah.
Or something? I don't know.
They just are not on the same schedule.
I don't see chemistry with
Mm-mm.
them. I don't understand. We talked about this,
Yes.
the newlyweds last season.
Yeah.
Why did you guys think this was a good idea?
We don't see any of the whatever got them together in the first place.
Yeah, there's a total disconnect with them.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's got to take care of himself because she doesn't like morning sex. But then I was like, are you shaming her? But then it's is she shaming him? It's very weird.
It was really weird because then she was like, oh, why didn't you wait for me?
Yeah.
So it's not like she didn't want to have sex with him.
Yeah.
So it must not be about that.
Mm.
And not being on the same schedule. I kind of see that happens when you have kids.
Yeah.
Because, whatever reasons. But they're
Well, what's their excuse?
I don't know. Right? I feel like there should be time.
Yeah.
All the time in the world.
I don't know. She has to kind of apologize for being Debbie Downer. And she's like, I'll be better, I promise. Which she kind of is. I do agree with her that there are a lot of really big problems in the world. But this is vacation time. This is where you're supposed to leave it. Yeah, it's going to be there when you get back. But right now, just be present.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I like that she kind of acknowledged that.
I did too. And I think it was all about that moment in the restaurant.
Yeah.
When they shared, right, about that traumatic, birthing scene.
With Daphne and Cameron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I kind of changed my mind about them. I thought maybe they were being fake, hiding something. But no, I'm not sure. Maybe having that kind of almost losing your wife makes you just be in the moment and appreciate things, and that's why supposedly they never fight. See, I can't even say it without laughing.
I know,
but some people say that they never fight.
Really? Do you actually know couples that
I've
say
heard
that?
people say that. I don't know that I believe them, but that could just be me.
Or what do they believe is fighting? If it's bickering, maybe they don't think that's a full-blown fight.
So I don't know. But then he had a reason though, Cameron. He said, oh well, as soon as there starts to be any tension, I just give in because happy wife, happy life. So then I'm like, is that real? So
yeah, I don't
know.
That's kind of ill. But I do like seeing the other side of them, that that's why they're always just kind of happy-go-lucky, because
I love that.
Things can be worse.
I thought that gave the show a different edge. Oh, and I did watch the little thing at the end where the actors, so to this week, it was the actors who play Cameron and, Ethan and, what's their name? Harper. Okay, so they're, sitting side by side talking. And one of the things that the actress says is, it's kind of like when people go on vacation, they think that they're just going to leave their old life behind. But, oh no, you take all that stuff with you. You're still who you are, but just in another location. When you're side by side with another couple on that vacation, it kind of shines the mirror, on each other. So,
well, that was such a cool conversation that they had too about he's like, well, you're just finding negative things about them, but you don't do that to your housekeeper. Why don't you?
That was interesting. I liked that exchange.
And Mike White, the creator, did that last season.
Mm-hmm.
It's very thought provoking.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, do I do that?
Yeah. I thought that too. I was just like, do I do that? And she was saying that, oh yeah, everyone compares themselves to other people. That's normal. It is normal.
It is normal.
But then do you always kind of have to put yourself above the other person? Maybe you don't have to. Maybe you only do that with certain people that you feel threatened by.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that is interesting. And then I was like, do I do that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
They make you think, right? And I do feel like Harper showed a lot of insecurity because she was doing that, because I do understand it's suspicious sometimes when you're like, oh, this couple seems too happy. They have children together and they've been married for a while. Yeah. But maybe go with it, lean into it instead of being no, something's terribly wrong.
Be curious and not judgmental.
Yeah, thanks, Ted Lasso. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with them. But right now, there's confusion.
Yes.
But yes, there's something else we're not.
Well, we're going to see some interesting stuff because in the little sneak preview for next episodes to come, they're going to go off, the men and the girls.
Yep.
And I feel like that's going to be
let loose.
Fun.
I think it's going to be really fun to see, and I think they probably all need it. Not infidelity or anything, I'm just saying maybe they need to just like let loose a little bit.
To be themselves. Maybe they'll be more themselves when they're not with their significant others.
Right.
And more truth will come out from both sides.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the DeGrasso guys. So Portia is invited to go with them to this ancient amphitheater. Okay, let's talk about Dominic and his father, Bert, because there's obviously, like, it runs in the family, the, like, sneaking around, because he's, like, not even mad at him for cheating. It's like, you were sloppy about it.
Yes. Because
like,
obviously
did you learn nothing from me?
Like, exactly. Because I kept thinking, wasn't that alluded to in the first episode, too? That Grandpa did also have affairs. But then he was acting like, oh, what did you do? What did you do? And then I was like, oh, does he not know what he did? But then no. Yeah. It was all about just doing it better.
Right. So Dominic is... okay, so he has the whole relationship with Lucia, and then we're going to bring Mia into this, right? But he's got to make sure that they're allowed in the hotel. So he goes to Valentina, and he's like, and I loved her and how awkward she made it and how difficult she made it for it to happen. So she's gonna sleep with your father. Like it was
that
just
was so good.
And he's like, well, why are you making it? Yeah, but I love that little
like playing dumb to like make him have to like say everything.
Yeah,
shaved him basically. Yeah, and I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it either. She's really funny, and I kind of wish we would see more of the staff.
Yeah,
because we got to see a whole lot of that last season.
Yes,
so maybe that's still to come.
So. Yes,
but yeah, because I really like her. She's really standing out for me. And then we have Albie and Portia who go on a date. This is an interesting little dynamic because I think he wants to be so far removed from how his father is and his grandfather is, but he's going like the complete opposite side of the spectrum. He's like that real nice guy.
Yes.
And this is another thing that's thought-provoking. Like, we all say we like nice guys, but then do we really want them in the end?
Right.
Or isn't that so sad? And it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. It's like, not rewarding somebody for good behavior. It's like, no, you're good, so I'm going to... It doesn't make sense.
Wasn't it, somebody said it earlier, that when women cut off their man's balls, but then no longer find them attractive.
Yeah.
And watch that.
Yeah, what the heck? Like,
oh.
It's so... What? Like, nobody talks about this stuff, apparently. That we could be so taken aback.
I know. I'm still thinking about that.
It's interesting. It is. Yeah, so then when, after their date, and then he asks if he could kiss her, which some women wouldn't like that. They would just take the initiative, right? Mm-hmm. I think it was sweet because we know he's a sweet guy. Mm-hmm. But then when he kind of like says, okay, bye, she seemed like she either wanted/expected more. Not like, I expected a dude to do it. Like, she kind of wanted more.
Yeah, yes.
For him maybe to come in.
She was confused because maybe she's used to people being more just assertive, take it. But then probably when people have done that, it's possible that she didn't like it when people did that.
Right.
But now that he's not doing it, she's like, why aren't you doing it?
Isn't it weird?
So, is it me? Like,
yeah.
So,
I know.
It's so good. It's
There's
so subtle.
Things to discover. I know.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But why is it, we should almost be like, oh yeah, kids. But it's like, because we might be guilty of it, we're really thinking about it.
Yeah. No,
it's so true. Introspective. I mean, we're both happily married women, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, just looking back, you're like, wait, did I do that?
I know. Oh, I totally agree.
Did I really say like, I love the nice guys, but then like friend zone them?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I know I did actually.
Years actually to break through the friend zone.
I for sure did that. Okay, and then back to Dominic and his lovely lady. So great shining moment for Mia when she sings that song and plays the piano. It was beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
Were you kind of stuck and like fixed in that moment?
Yes.
Oh, and then to see Lucia be like so proud of her. Like,
I love them together.
They have a great friendship.
Them, like shopping and like hanging out at the pool.
Yeah.
And, I
racking
really,
up that credit card.
I really enjoyed them.
I'm kind of loving like being with them. Yeah. Living vicariously.
Like, can I hang out with you?
Yeah, right? So Dominic reveals that he has a sex addiction, and so, what better way to get through that than, threesome?
Yeah, he's trying to send her away, and she's like, oh, sex addiction?
I know.
Let me introduce you to my friend.
Bad. I know. But, they have a good time. Yeah. So, there you go. All right, let's talk about the biggest shirt show.
Oh my God.
Tanya, because... Jennifer Coolidge can do no wrong.
Oh my gosh.
It's like my favorite part of every episode. So Tanya and Greg decide to rent a Vespa, which like just makes me laugh because the whole time he's just like, I can't breathe. And she's just like,
I love that she just had like a vision. This is my vision.
Italian
because I kind of do stuff like this. Like when I go on a vacation, I'm like, no, I have a vision. Like when I went to Paris, I was like, I just want to sit on the sidewalk cafe and have a creme brulee and crack it.
Oh, I love that.
So like she had a vision, and so she knew every detail of it, and he made it happen.
Did that vision work out for you?
I had the creme brulee. That's very different. It was not difficult, though. It wasn't like riding a Vespa.
To achieve,
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, so they make it over to a restaurant. He just is so annoyed with her. And then we find out that she made him sign a
prenup?
Prenup, yeah, which, gosh, she's like a heiress, basically, right?
I didn't know she was that rich. I mean, I guess I didn't know she was that rich.
Yeah, we knew she was well off, but whoa. What? Because Portia reveals all that stuff.
Owned half of San Francisco, her dad.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so So Greg is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, in my opinion, and then it's kind of like, so she storms out, of the restaurant because he says he has to end the trip early to go back for work. But then she overhears him saying that, like, she's clueless as usual, and then he says, I love you too, to the other person.
So did she hear that? Because I wasn't sure if it was... She did. I know she saw him on the phone, which is suspicious, and she had the look of anger. But I wasn't sure because there was glass there.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was not 100% certain.
Okay.
But of course, I knew she was suspicious of whatever was happening. Because why would he be on the phone in the middle of the night or whatever?
See, now we know, though, right?
Yeah, we know.
We know.
Yes.
So there's somebody else.
Like gold digging, basically, right?
That's kind of what I thought even last season. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I never had hope for them. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really want this to work out because she has so much to work through, right?
Yes. She's so funny. Like, when she had the bug in her. Oh. The Vespa with the bug in her mouth. And she's like...
And then, like, he's, like, uncomfortable about it. It was the most awkward Vespa ride I've ever seen. And there's little lines that she drops that... It's like, I think if anybody else said it, it would just go right over your head. But when she was like coming out to breakfast and she's like, look at that view. She's like, I wonder if anybody's jumped.
Yeah.
Who thinks of that? But then it also was like, is that foreshadowing? Yes. I don't know.
But she's like, is this a normal size Vespa?
Oh, yeah. She's like, yeah. So hilarity is still ensuing, but also a lot of tense moments, awkward. Nobody does awkward better than Aubrey Plaza. I said it before, I'll always say it. And the sneering, she's the best at sneering. Just this cast is really, really great. There's some standouts, obviously. But yeah, this episode is just like a little stepping stone, I think.
And I love the music.
Yes.
It's so good.
They continue with that.
I just like love it. And the opening with all the, I keep wanting to think like, does that mean something?
Oh, like, yeah, look for clues, right?
Like all the statues and like the stabbing, like anything like that.
Ooh, a stabbing.
So, yeah.
I remember people did that last season. They looked for like in the poster, there was like clouds over clues. Somebody. And so let us know if you see any of that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was episode 2 of The White Lotus season 2. What did you all think about it? Please comment below and let us know. And then like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.